Voyager 1, the intrepid spacecraft launched in 1977, has long held the title of humanity's furthest emissary into the cosmos. For decades, it has faithfully transmitted invaluable data from the most distant corners of our solar system and beyond, offering humanity glimpses into regions untouched by any other human-made object. Having exited the solar system in 2012, it is now over 15 billion miles from Earth. The liftoff program remains a testament to its precision, having launched right on time. Even after all these years, Voyager 1 continues to surprise scientists and challenge expectations. Recently, something unprecedented occurred, an encounter that defies conventional understanding and has reignited vigorous debate throughout the scientific community. The most astonishing aspect of this event is the growing body of evidence suggesting that Voyager 1 might not be alone out there. The encounter began as a series of unexpected anomalies in Voyager's telemetry data. Initially, the disturbances appeared to be a routine glitch at the spacecraft's aging communication systems, but the situation quickly escalated into something far more mysterious. Instruments that had functioned reliably for decades started returning data streams filled with strange, repeating patterns that bore no resemblance to known cosmic radiation or mechanical errors. They exhibited a complexity that resisted dismissal. These were not ordinary glitches, they resembled messages, or at least they behaved like messages in a form that defied every decoding algorithm thrown at them. The patterns didn't align with any natural or artificial signal previously encountered. What made this development even more baffling was the location of the anomaly. Voyager 1, having passed the heliopause years ago, was drifting through what is considered interstellar space, a region assumed to be nearly empty, populated only by low-density plasma, stray cosmic rays, and the barely perceptible echoes of solar radiation. Yet, within this cold and quiet void, something moved. A wave of electromagnetic disturbance rippled through the interstellar plasma, picked up clearly by Voyager's plasma wave instrument. The disturbance wasn't random. It was rhythmic, synchronized, structured in a way that suggested intention or awareness, as if it were responding directly to the presence of Voyager 1. Scientists scrambled to compare the newly received data to similar events catalogued in the past. Voyager 1 had occasionally detected irregularities in plasma density or registered unexplained temperature fluctuations. But this was different. The new signals displayed a regularity and persistence unmatched by previous anomalies. Over the span of 3 full days, Voyager 1 continued to receive and transmit data from this unknown source. Then, just as abruptly as it had begun, the signal ceased. The silence that followed wasn't just quiet, it was unsettling. Not due to the absence of sound, but because of the vastness of unanswered questions it left behind. The implications are enormous. First and foremost, our understanding of interstellar space is challenged. Traditionally, it's been viewed as a nearly empty void shaped by ancient stellar winds and drifting atoms. But if something organized, perhaps even intelligent, exists out there, or is capable of generating directed signals, then we must reconsider what we know about the nature of space itself. It raises a deeper possibility that interstellar space might harbor phenomena or even entities that exist far outside our current scientific understanding. Further analysis deepened the mystery. The frequency modulation of the signals seemed to change subtly as Voyager moved. These changes were not random. They mirrored Voyager's trajectory and velocity, as though the source of the signal was tracking the spacecraft's motion in real time. Such behavior implies more than just detection. It hints at awareness, perhaps even intent. Then came another unsettling layer. Astronomers working with NASA's Deep Space Network began picking up extremely faint echoes of the same signal, but not solely from Voyager's immediate location. These echoes appeared to originate from multiple directions at once. If genuine, this meant that Voyager 1 wasn't the only point of contact. The phenomenon either spanned vast areas of space or had multiple nodes dispersed throughout the interstellar medium. Suddenly, this wasn't just an isolated incident. It suggested the presence of a network, or worse, a presence whose reach exceeded all expectations. The mood at Mission Control began to shift. Teams accustomed to the quiet loneliness of deep space exploration were now confronting something they couldn't classify. Every data packet from Voyager was subjected to intensive analysis. Teams of physicists, mathematicians, and astrobiologists worked tirelessly, combing through the information for clues, while no clear consensus emerged about the signal's origin or purpose. One thing became certain: this was no hardware glitch. It wasn't random noise. The event couldn't be written off. One of the most bewildering aspects was the signal's nature. Traditional communications, whether human-made or natural, follow certain rules. They occur within expected frequency bands like radio, X-ray, or gamma, but the Voyager signal didn't fit within those lines. Instead, it straddled multiple frequencies, causing harmonic interference and phase shifts that shouldn't be possible in such an environment. It resembled a kind of interstellar encryption, as if designed to be undecipherable without a specific key. For many, this event breathed new life into theories long dismissed as fringe science. Ideas like technosignatures, dark biospheres, or shadow civilizations, hypothetical constructs existing outside our standard perceptual dimensions, began to seem less far-fetched. Something with the ability to engineer such a signal from such a remote, desolate part of space would almost certainly possess capabilities far beyond our own. The philosophical weight of this possibility is staggering. Moreover, this encounter raised fundamental questions about our approach to deep space exploration. Until now, our efforts have been mostly observational. We send out machines to passively record the universe, believing it to be indifferent to our presence. But what if we've been wrong? What if, in studying the cosmos, we have inadvertently drawn attention to ourselves? The possibility that Voyager 1 was noticed is both exhilarating and terrifying. It hints at a universe that's not just vast and ancient, but reactive, possibly even watchful. The effect on those working on the Voyager mission was subtle but real. Scientists and engineers who had monitored the probe for decades began referring to it in more human terms. It had become more than a machine. It was now a witness, a sentinel that had encountered something deeply other. This feeling soon extended beyond the scientific community. As word of the encounter leaked to the public, fascination surged. Social media exploded with speculation. Theories ranged from first contact to dimensional rifts to alien probes disguised as interstellar debris. While many of these ideas were fanciful, they all stemmed from a shared recognition that something extraordinary had occurred. Adding yet another layer to the mystery was a secondary anomaly. Around the time of the signal, Voyager 1's power output experienced a measurable increase. Its thermoelectric generators, long in decline, suddenly began producing more energy. The uptick was too significant to be explained by normal physics or random fluctuations. Some speculated that the spacecraft had been energized by the encounter, either from an external force or as a side effect of the signal itself. If this were true, it would indicate more than communication. It would suggest a transfer of energy, information, or something else altogether. This energy anomaly opened new lines of questioning. Could the signal have carried a payload? Had Voyager been changed in some subtle, fundamental way? Post-event diagnostics showed no signs of tampering, no damage, but subtle recalibrations were detected. Components that had previously degraded began functioning more consistently. Subsystems once thought inert showed faint signs of renewed activity. It was as if Voyager, alone and aging in the void, had been momentarily reawakened by something it encountered. Then came the most unexpected twist of all. Voyager 2, trailing millions of kilometers behind its twin, began registering similar, though fainter disturbances. The signals were briefer, less coherent, but bore undeniable resemblance to the patterns first picked up by Voyager 1. This indicated that the phenomenon was not confined to a single region. It could travel, or worse, it was everywhere. The implications became even more profound. If both probes were being touched by the same mysterious force, then the interstellar medium may be far more dynamic than previously believed. Maybe space itself can host complex energy fields or even a form of consciousness invisible to our instruments. Ideas like these straddle the edge of science fiction. But Voyager's data has forced the scientific community to consider them with renewed seriousness. None of this was expected. None of it could have been predicted. The boundaries of possibility have been redrawn. If you enjoyed this story and want more insights into humanity's journey through the stars, give this video a like and subscribe to our channel. Share your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think Voyager 1 encountered? What could it mean for our future? We'd love to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep looking up.